absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Facer Hill Pro Wrestling Talk. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez and Marcus Fine. How's it going, guys?
Going good. Well, guys, Marks, did you want to send out any prayers or anything?
Yeah, we really do need to.
Okay.
We need to send out a prayer to the T.S. Wiley and his wife, Chris, and the entire family. It's out there, so I guess I can go ahead and say it. She really only has a matter of days left. She's not doing well, so we're basically just be with them. She's not going to be around much longer, sadly. So,
Yes.
Chris or Kelly talked to Wiley this morning and let us know, because we didn't know anything that it had gotten to that point. So we know he hadn't been at the Deb for a while, but
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to send that out. Prayers to Wiley family, Chris's family. This is a rough time right now. So
Yes, definitely prayers to them. Okay, guys, we'll get started. We'll start the show with the NXT TNA Showdown, but it was an interesting Tuesday because this show happened. This crossover show with NXT TNA happened because of AEW had to be moved off their normal night, Wednesday night, to Tuesday night because of baseball, and so they put on a show called Title Tuesday, which was interesting because they only had 2 titles out of 7 matches. And the 2 titles that they put up, the matches, you knew who was going to win. And the ratings did come out. And I was worried for the show because the baseball playoffs. I know last Tuesday and Wednesday, both shows, NXT and AEW, didn't do real great because of the baseball competition. So I expected it was going to be probably even lower for both shows. I was right about AEW. They only did 321,000 people. That's the lowest that they've ever done. Of course, that's not their normal night also. But NXT went up from last week, and that kind of surprised me. They went up about 75 or 100,000. So this crossover thing worked for them on the CW. Let's go to the first match. I'll go to the first match that started the show. If I can remember which match that was the Hardy Boys versus the Dark Side. The TNA and NXT tag team titles were on the line. Winner takes all. And the Hardy Boys are the new TNA and NXT champions. They have both belts now. Going into the big pay-per-view they have Sunday, Bound for Glory. They'll be putting those belts on the line against the Dudley Boys. Or in TNA, I guess, or Team 3D. But they'll be putting in a tables match. They'll be putting that on the line. Marcus, your thoughts on the match?
the Hardys have definitely slowed down.
Oh, yeah.
They're old men now. And the only reason I think they won the titles is because they're going to have the 3D team. They should not have won. There is no way those guys should have won that match.
Yeah.
Because they were so damn slow from what we're used to seeing them in the past.
Yeah.
And now, what was that team called?
It's the Dark Side. There's 4 of them. There's a four-man team, and they can do the Freebird rules of which 2 they put in.
Okay, because I couldn't tell. I had Dark Stain, Dark State. I couldn't tell.
It's Dark State. I said Dark Side. It is Dark State.
It's State?
It is Dark State.
Okay. And Osiris and Lennox is the ones that wrestled this time, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got that part, but I couldn't tell if they were saying Dark Stain or State. I couldn't tell. And it's like, but no, the Hardy Boys should not have won that. There's just no way. Those guys were too old compared to the other ones. I mean, age hit them.
Sadly, tag team wrestling And I know this sounds terrible, Marcus, but the Hardy Boys are probably the hottest thing going in tag team wrestling.
Well, yeah,
And
I know.
because I mean, of their names, and it's kind of a what would you call it? People want to see them. You know, they know they're on the way out, and people want to see them, and they still enjoy seeing them. So I think that's a big part of it. But yeah, WWE don't do a lot with their tag teams. Not what they do. AEW don't do anything with their tag teams either, really. And TNA does a little bit, probably as much as anybody. And the Hardy Boys has done well for them. But I definitely get what you're saying. They don't. But like I said, I mean, there's no way they beat up their body so much. You're not going to move too much like you used to. Next, Chris, did you happen to see that match?
Yeah, I mean, it's the Hardy Boys. People are going to show up and they're going to cheer them because it's the Hardy Boys. But like you guys said, the style that they do just isn't going to age well. So
Yeah.
As they get older and they do these matches, it's not going to look like the Hardy Boys because they're just physically can't do that crazy ass shit.
Yeah, it's nostalgia is what it is. But the crowd was hot for it. The crowd loved the Hardys. I mean, the crowd was loud. So I mean,
Well,
it worked.
Kind of like seeing some of these rock bands as they get older. You
Yeah.
hear them sing some of their songs that they did when they're younger, and they can't do those songs no more.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Most most definitely. Next up was the ladies, the women's Survivor Series style matches. It was Team NXT with Captain JC Jane, Sal Ruka, Jada Parker, and Lola Vice against Team TNA, Kalani Jordan, the captain, Jessica McKay, Casey Lee, and Mara Saed. Okay, however you pronounce that name. And Jordan Grace was the special referee. So, Marcus, what are your thoughts on that match?
Why? Why are we doing Survivor Series matches on free TV? Was it because they did a special Tuesday? I mean, that's pay-per-view material. Why are we tarnishing that?
I agree with you, but that's basically why they did it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, now that I know that they,
I mean, they're not
away from baseball. I get that now, but
well, it ain't like they're using it anymore. I mean, they don't do it. They haven't done a Survivor Series for I can't remember the last time. Probably 2012 or something like that, maybe.
It's been a while. But anyhow, okay. But anyhow, other than that, let me see. Let me read what I wrote. That's Sade. Is that what you said?
Yeah, Maria Sade.
No, this is why would she even bother with her shirt? What the hell was she wearing? But other than that, I thought the ladies did very well.
Yeah.
I seen some interesting stuff. I seen where they piled them two girls over between the top and middle rope in the ring, over on the ring post, and then jumped down and thought, well, I never see anybody pile one person in there, let alone two.
Yeah.
So I was impressed with that. I thought it was funny that the one lady overshot the moonsault. I mean, overshot the moonsault. The ring announcer called the finish of the match before the match was over. I thought that was humorous.
Yes.
But the match wasn't bad. I like the way that the one girl took the pin away from the other.
Yeah.
You could see a few coming there. But I thought the ladies did very well. I really do. I thought it was better than the men's
okay.
But I thought it was
that Sal Ruka is something else. That move that she does, Soul Snatcher, just out of nowhere, is unbelievable. JC Jane, who's the captain of the team, and like I said, she took the win away from her. Now there's a feud coming. JC Jane has done a great job as champion for NXT and as a heel. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. I figured this was going to be the outcome. I just thought NXT was more loaded in that situation as far as the team goes. Chris, did you have a take on this?
I got to see a little bit. I didn't get to see a whole lot, but the one girl with her gear and everything reminded me a lot of Rachel Armstrong.
Yeah.
She even done the flip off the top and ended up landing on her feet or whatever, rolling through. But with her gear and her hair and everything, she reminded me a lot of. I'll be honest, when it first came on, when the clip I saw first came on, I was like, I didn't know Rachel was on this. And then when she turned around, I was like, oh, okay. But Yeah, she reminded me a lot of Rachel Armstrong.
Kalani Jordan. She's been with WWE for about 2.5 years. She was a gymnast from Michigan State University. That's where she come from.
Yeah, her gear looks a lot like what we see Rachel wear all the time.
That's true. I didn't think about that. You're
I
right.
didn't either till you said that.
Yeah. Next up, in my opinion, I thought it was the match of the night. NXT North American Championship, Ethan Page against Mustafa Ali. They did a spot in this match. Marcus, you may have seen it before,
Was
but I never seen it.
was he supposed to push him off that damn turnbuckle that far off the corner?
I don't know.
When his foot was when his leg was wrapped up in that microphone
Well,
cable,
that's a spot that I've never seen before.
and he pushed it. I thought he killed him when he pushed him off that off that top corner to that.
They did that really well with the cord stuff because I guarantee you that was a planned spot, but it didn't look like a planned spot. I mean, I thought that was done outstanding.
Are you talking when he like flew over the top of the
well, when they went over the announcer's table and he got his foot caught in the cord.
Yeah, there at the end. Okay.
Yeah, when he got his foot caught in the cord, that was planned. Some people said, "Well, I wouldn't play." I said, "Yeah, it was. It was planned."
Yeah, why would there be such a long microphone cord?
Yeah.
It wasn't planned.
When he climbed up on that turnbuckle with that cord around his foot and that dude shoved him, he went flying. I was like, damn.
Oh, yeah, it did. I tell you, Ethan Page is one of the best heels going today. He's outstanding, and that match was outstanding. Mustafa Ali can go, and Page can go right along with him to whoever he wrestles, any style. I really enjoyed that match. It was a match of the night to me. Marcus, your thoughts?
I agree. I mean, I don't care for Ethan Page. He does his job well when he pisses me off. I mean, I'm seriously, if he's a heel and he pisses me off, then he's doing his job. I give it match of the night too. That was damn well done.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny how he swung his legs and cracked his head into the ring steps. He has that center of balance to him to be able to hold him up and do half that stuff. I thought it was funny how Ali was grabbing a hold of the ropes with his feet.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get there, and Ethan kind of backed up so he could try it again. And they just said, fuck it, because he screwed it up again. But that was a damn good match. Yeah. And that, especially when he went flying over the ropes and into the announce table. But then, like I said, he done there skyrocketing back to the entrance. But it had to be set up because nobody's mic cord's that long. Where's he going to go with that? Booker T going to like run back to the locker room with that thing?
Well, they said that it ripped the headset off Booker T's head is what the commentary guy said. But like when it happened, you couldn't. You couldn't see. But
it was well done. Chris, your thoughts?
No, I thought it was a real good match. Like I said, I didn't know if Page meant to push him as hard as he did because that dude went flying. I was like, damn, I think he might have overshot that, shoved him a little more than what he meant to. But no, I thought it was a real good match.
Yeah. Okay, and then we went to the final match, the Men's Survivor Series match, and that featured Captain Ricky Saints, co-captain Trick Williams, with Javon Evans and Miles Bourne. Team TNA had Mike Santana, Moose, Leon Slater, and Frankie Kazarian. Special referee Joe Henry. I enjoyed the match. I thought it was pretty good. It went the way I thought. I thought this was going to end up each team was going to get 2-2 was going to be the winner. So I thought TNA was going to win. I really enjoyed Trick Williams. I mean, his heel work. Javon Evans is outstanding, and I tell you what, that Leon Slater, that match that they're going to have at Bound for Glory, Leon Slater and Javon Evans is going to be something to see for the X Division title. Some people say, well, they didn't do much this match. I said they didn't want to do a lot this match. They're saving it for Sunday. I mean, so I think it's going to be. I thought it was pretty decent. But it was the outcome. It helped make Ricky Saints. Didn't make him look weak, even though he took the pin because he got left by Trick Williams. And it was at one point, I think it was 3-1. And maybe 4-1. I can't remember. Was it 4-1 or 3-1? I think it was 3-1 at one point.
Yeah.
3-1 at one point. And he, got a couple pinfalls during the match, but he ended up losing. Moose and Mike Santana were the two left for TNA. Marcus, your thoughts?
Like I said, it wasn't as good as the ladies one. That Moose is a freaking beast.
Oh yeah, he is.
I noticed he's like half the time he's good and half the time he's clumsy. It's like there is no I'm great at one, I'm not lousy. I'm like right there in the middle. Some of the moves are very good. Some of the moves are like I shouldn't be doing this. I thought Joe Henry was funny as hell, especially when he got the guy's foot sore on the ropes and he gets to smiling about it. But that Javon Evans, god damn. You sent that clip with that coast to coast. It's like that kid is something else.
Yeah, I need to send that to Chris.
Chris needs to see that. I've never seen that. Just unreal.
He did a coast to coast, but not only was it coast to coast, he does a flip. He does a flip in a coast to coast. I've never seen anything like that before. It's unbelievable. I forgot about it. I seen that. That was not live a couple of months ago, but I forgot about it. And then I seen the clip, and I said, "Yeah, Mark's going to want to see this." So, but yeah.
I'm laughing because Trick went to do for the tag and kind of waiting on Moose to grab his feet to drag him back. I don't think I've ever seen a Survivor Series where the team broke down.
Yeah.
Where Trick kind of just left him. But it was an all right match. It told the story it needed to. It just the women did better at it, but it did what it had to.
Chris, you got any thoughts?
No, I didn't get to see it.
Okay. I tell you what, I thought that they did real good in the ratings, but I think the biggest thing and the biggest win for anybody was for TNA. And what I mean by that is they got basically a 2-hour commercial for this big show that they got coming up on Sunday, Bound for Glory. And they're hoping to get over 7,000 people there. And that would, if they can get 7,200, that would break the record for a TNA pay-per-view. So that's what they're shooting for. It's in Lowell, Massachusetts. This Sunday, and it was a 2-hour commercial for TNA. I mean, and that's very good thing for them. They can't ask for any more than that. So I thought it was a good show, and it did pretty good in the ratings. Next up, we're going to do our old school match. We had Kerry Von. I picked it for this week. Marcus will be picking one here in a little bit for next week. It was the match from I believe it was a Texas Stadium. Kerry Von Erich and Ric Flair from 1984, and this is where Kerry Von Erich won the championship for Ric Flair. Marcus, I'll let you go first.
All right. Well, I got to look at all this because, like I said, I wrote down a lot of history. Well, we'll go for the match to start with. I thought it was interesting that they had no music for Flair. He just kind of walked out there. But they did do it for Kerry with that song, which kind of made no sense. I get the song, but I thought they'd pick a better one. It's as old school as you can get. The photographers at ringside.
Yeah.
They made it where Flair couldn't be DQ'd. I don't remember that part of it. I don't remember that if Flair got DQ'd, he'd lose too. I don't remember that ever being a part of it. And the crowd wasn't that loud, but I think it's because they weren't used to running acoustics in a building like that.
Yeah.
Or was that an open roof? I can't tell.
Yeah, it was open.
Okay. Well, that's another reason. Flair taking those high bumps like he used to.
Yeah.
Whenever he back in his old day, no wonder he's old crippled like he is. It was a good old school match, but it really didn't amount to nothing if you look at it. I was really surprised at how lackluster of a match it actually was when you get to really looking at it.
Yeah.
And the pin just come out of nowhere, and it really made no sense how the pin came about. But you want the history on this?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, ran across a Ric Flair shoot interview the night before. Flair wrestled Piper in a 1-hour draw in Portland, Oregon. Stayed up all night drinking. Got on a plane at 8:00 in the morning to fly to Dallas to wrestle Kerry in the afternoon. So he wrestled Piper in a 1-hour draw the night before. Kerry also did it. There is a show on there where Kerry did defeat Flair again in a non-title match. Where I got that? In the Sportatorium in a non-title match. It had to be within that 18-day period.
Yeah.
And he pinned him in a non-title match. But the match in Japan lasted 30 minutes, and basically what they was they told the NWA, we can't count on Kerry. Kerry no-showed a match. That's why he no-showed a match somewhere in that 18 days. That he was supposed to be wrestling Flair again, and he didn't show up.
Okay.
So they couldn't trust him. Now, this all came from Flair.
Okay.
And so they called Flair, who was in Japan, because he was on tour, and they said, we are sending Kerry over. You're taking that belt back off of him tonight. And that match was 30 minutes long.
Okay.
And I think I got it all. But yeah, there was a pretty good shoot interview. Flair was talking about that, and it's like there was a lot to that 18 days of. They really wanted Kerry to hold that belt for a long time, and he right off the bat showed he wasn't reliable, and they said, nope, get that belt off him, and they did.
Well, the original plan, if I remember right, Mark, that David Von Erich was supposed to be the one that was going to get the belt. And of course, he passed away in Japan, and then it was decided, that Kerry would get the belt. And like you said, yeah, he wasn't reliable, unfortunately.
Did you to continue on? I also then watched that WWE documentary they did on World Class.
Mhm.
I'm sure you've seen that.
Yes, I've seen that.
And Michael Hayes said, we didn't give a shit about this match. We were still mourning David. They shouldn't have ran that as soon as they did. That nobody cared about that. And so, yeah, there's a lot of controversy, kind of.
Do you agree with that, or what do you think?
Well, no. David died in February. That was in May. That was 3 months.
Yeah. And it was kind of a celebration.
Yeah.
It was kind of a celebration of life for David in a way, I think. So I think it was, I don't think it was bad. I think it was fine, in my opinion. Do you have anything else, Mark?
No, I think I covered everything.
Yeah, you're right. The pin with that backslide did come out of course, you don't hardly see backslides much anymore for a pin. But
it wasn't even a surprise. It was like he kicked out of that figure four.
Yep.
Got up, turned him around, pinned him. It's like, okay, what the hell? I didn't remember that match being so blah. Really, I mean, it really was kind of sucked. If you wanted to know, I thought, but
okay. I thought it was all right. I thought they had a lot of people there. I don't remember. I want to say the attendance was about 40,000 people.
I think it was closer to 48,000, I think.
Okay. Yeah, 1984. So that's a damn good crowd.
Yeah, that was the biggest crowd at the time.
Yeah.
On American soil, yeah.
Yeah, Texas was a hotbed, man. It really was, especially because of the Von Erichs and Freebirds and some other people. But Chris, did you get to check this out?
Yeah. There wasn't much to the match. It was mainly just working the crowd. It wasn't like they done a whole lot of moves. I mean, hell, the first 4 or 5 minutes of the match, I don't even think they touched each other. It was, and they had that crowd going crazy. I like the finish just because I'm a fan of the backslide. So, and you don't see that no more. So, I thought the finish was kind of.
Cool, I'm not down in the backside. I'm down in how quickly it come about. It's like
I get what you're saying. I've definitely seen both guys have a lot better matches than that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think, but after what Marcus said, Flair out drinking and so hungover, it don't surprise me that it was more of just let's work the crowd and keep the crowd going, because that's about basically what it was. There wasn't a whole lot to it. Well,
maybe Kerry it was a lot put on his shoulders. Maybe he physically, mentally was not ready. He gave what he could, but
he might have been on shit, Marcus. I mean,
well, yeah, he probably was too.
So. He had a real issue, unfortunately. What could he, if he wouldn't have been on the stuff and got messed up with his look, the way the fans gravitated towards him? What could he have been? How big of a star do you think he could have been?
Oh, you pull him out of Texas, I think he'd been great.
Yeah. I think, of course, when he went to WWE, he got there and he was missing half a foot.
Yeah,
which was amazing because at that time, at least I didn't know at the time that this dude's out here wrestling with a half a foot. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. Was he definitely an outstanding athlete? I don't think anybody could have just done that. I don't think everybody could do that.
Way. And we seen him in India. I can't remember who he took on that night, but we didn't know he only had a half foot then either.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Kerry would have done fantastic. he just too many demons.
Yeah.
And it was just
Yeah.
too much for him. I think they gave him a shot. They found out he mentally could not handle this. And they thought, well, we cannot continue on with him because he's not reliable, for one. And he just didn't have it.
How much blame do you put on what happened with Kerry? And you can't put all the blame. Everybody puts all the blame on the dad. But how much blame do you think it was to the dad?
What do you mean? You think
With what
Fritz had
happened?
a lot to do with it?
Yeah, with what happened to the Von Erichs?
See, it's hard to tell. If you listen to Kevin Von Erich at shoot interviews, he says his dad wasn't like that. But then you watch the movie, which it's the movie, and
Yeah.
made it sound like he was an asshole. But Kevin said, no, we weren't forced to wrestle. Well, are you protecting your dad? Because if you talk to other people, they said, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He forced them. I mean, David died. They brought Mike in who didn't even want anything to do with it. And then when Mike died, they brought a guy in that claimed it was their cousin, Lance, and they found out that was the dumbest mistake they ever made.
Oh yeah, that thing started crashing after that.
And then they started doing stupid shit like the heart attack. And I just think Fritz realized his company was no longer as popular, and he was just grabbing at straws, and they were bad straws. So
Yeah, I think you're right. And that was a great territory. It may have been as strong as territory as it was. I don't think any other territory could have drew like they were drawn at the
not
time.
consistently, no. Because the AWA did well, but they weren't drawing like that consistently.
No. Yeah. So yeah, they were the outstanding promotion. And they said that Sportatorium, I never got to go into it. But they said that was nothing but a dump. And
No, it was like an old pole barn. That's all it was.
yeah, it's a dump. And said, you talk about hot. They said, you get in that damn thing, and it'd be 110 degrees, 120 degrees in there.
My dad told me, and there's a picture somewhere in his files. He was in Texas, and they pulled into a gas station. He just happened to look across the street, and there it was.
Really?
I remember when we was in Texas when I was a kid. It was in a gas station. That was a whole different story, different time. And there was a flyer on the window of Kerry Von Erich taking on the one-man gang at some school down there.
And that's the other thing. How many great wrestlers came from that area? You know, I mean, one man gang was there. I mean, there was a bunch of them. I mean, we couldn't name them all.
Yeah.
The list would be so long.
No,
How
Brody
many-
and Abdullah wrestled in
Yeah.
Texas Stadium, and
Yeah, the missing link. I mean, there was just all kinds of.
well, that's where Warrior got his start.
Yep.
Really, I mean, you can't
Yep.
call the Blade Runner a start. That was just,
Yeah,
but to actually
Yeah.
put him on the map is the Dingo Warrior.
Bingo Warrior. Yeah,
Chris Von Erich, or not, yeah, no, Chris Adams.
yeah. Chris
You know,
Adams.
I mean, you're talking big stars.
Oh yeah. Hey, Al Perez. Al Perez was a
Yeah.
big star. Wasn't anywhere else, but he was there. Yeah, they had a lot of good wrestlers.
Nice Man Parsons.
Well, one of the, I would say, definitely top 10. I think maybe top 5 feuds of all time is the Von Erichs and the Freebirds.
Oh yeah, that's got to be.
You know,
And
So-
you know what was funny is I've been watching some Georgia Championship Wrestling, and Michael Hayes is feuding with Terry Gordy.
Yep.
In like 81, 82. I mean, I think you even sent me a poster
yep,
where
I
the main
did.
event was Gordy and Hayes.
Yep.
Because Gordy was teaming with Superfly Jimmy Snuka. They were the tag teams in Georgia getting ready to take on Michael Hayes, and I don't know who that big black fellow was. I don't remember what that guy's name was.
Was it Red Candy?
It might have been. He was a big, tall, big old fella. Bald.
I think it was Ray Candy, but it was Ray Candy, and then he turned into Mustafa something when he started wearing the camouflage. I believe it was Ray Candy.
Okay, and he then had a tag team partner.
Yep, he ended up getting a tag team partner.
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember that, but I wasn't that familiar with it. But that was the feud. Those guys were fighting each other before they ever showed up in Texas. So
Well, we're going to move on, and we'll talk a little bit about TNA and tell you about some of the big matches they're going to have this Sunday at TNA Bound for Glory. I'll talk about, well, this is going to be an interesting one. I believe it's going to be in a steel cage. It's called It's a 10-person intergender hardcore war. I believe it's going to be in a steel cage. We'll have all kinds of weapons in it. It's going to be the System, which is a group. That's going to be Moose, Alicia Edwards, Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, and JDC. They're our team, and they're going to be going against Mustafa Ali, Tasha Steele, Agent Zero, Jason Hotch, and John Skyler. They're part of that Order 4 group, which is with Mustafa Ali's ahead of. And they're going to have a 10-person intergender war, and I believe it's in a cage. I
In
believe.
one cage, in one ring.
Yes, I
Boy,
think
that's
it's
gonna be cozy.
now. It could be no cage and just all over the place.
I was just saying, I don't know how they could do anything with 10
But it's
people
gonna-
inside a cage,
Yes, it's
and the
going to be a
rest possibly too. Geez.
yeah, but it's going to be a hardcore war, and it's going to be interesting. So that's one of the big matches. I'm not going through all of them. The other one that I'm looking forward to, me personally, I think it's going to be. There's 2 matches on here. I think it's going to be match of the night. This is one of them, and that's at Leon Slater and Javon Evans. These guys are both like 21 years old, and they're the ones that tagged a couple of weeks ago. And I sent you the match where they tagged together, and that's going to be outstanding. Next one is the TNA Women's Champ, Kalani Jordan. She's going to put the belt up against Indy Hartwell. I think Hartwell's going to get the belt. I don't know if it's going to be on this show, but I think the original plan was Hartwell's going to get this belt, and then they had the issue with the one girl having to retire, and Asher Elegance had to retire, and they put the belt on Kalani Jordan. So, but I don't know if it'll be here or later down the line. The other match for nostalgia, the Hardy Boys versus Team 3D. It's a tables match. I think you guys got. I'm not sure what the rules are. I don't know if it's a tables match where you can just use the tables, but you still got to get a pinfall, or if you got to throw a guy to the table, and that ends the match. So I'm not sure what the stipulation is on this, but I know a lot of people are excited for it. Again, you're talking about 2 teams that can't go anything like they used to.
The whole big head.
Anything close like they used to. But one thing that they do have, all 4 of these guys have psychology. They'll be able to work the crowd, and I think there will be an entertaining match. The other big one, there's 2 more. This, you talk about a cluster, Marcus. Listen to this. It's the 2025 Call Your Shot Gauntlet match. It features 20 people. And it's also intergender, so it could be women against men. And the winner of this match gets a contract that they can use anytime they want for any championship of their choosing. So it's going to be men and women, and it's going to be a gauntlet match. They've done this before. I don't know if they've ever did it with 20. I think they've done it with 10. But this is going to be.
And then they pick their stipulation on their way out. Is that what you said?
No, they get to pick. It's almost like instead of like a ladder match with a briefcase. This is going to be. It's called your Call Your Shot Gauntlet match. So the winner can pick anytime he wants for any championship.
Oh, well, I thought the way he was talking was like, okay, here comes wrestler number 3. Okay, I want it to be a kendo stick match.
No,
okay, I thought, well, now that could be really interesting. Now, how many matches are on this? Because that 20 man right there take a long time.
There's 8 matches.
Wow, that's going to be a long pay-per-view then.
I'd say at least 3.5 hours.
20 man gauntlet's going to be a long one.
Yeah, I don't think so. And then the other big match is the championship match. Trick Williams is the TNA champion. Of course, he's from NXT. He's going to put the championship on the line against Mike Santana. I really like Mike Santana. He was in AEW, was basically a tag team guy, was in a good tag team. He wasn't happy in AEW because they wouldn't do anything with the tag team. Him and his partner actually had a falling out because his partner wanted him to stay there and make money. And he said, no, man. He said, I want to do something. I just want to sit on my butt and just draw a check, And so I don't think in real life, I don't think him and his partner even speaks to each other anymore because they had that kind of falling out. And he ended up signing with TNA, and they see something in him. I do too. I think he's a pretty damn good athlete. I think that's the guy that should take the belt. I think Joe Henry would have been a good pick. I think the reason they didn't put it on Joe Henry, I think Joe Henry's contract's getting ready to run out, and he's getting ready to go to WWE. So I think that's why. So I think Santana's the right pick, and so we'll see. I think Santana gets the belt over Trick, but that's going to be a big show. It's on Sunday. believe I don't know if it starts at 7 or 8. I hope it starts at 7. So that'd be better than 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. But we'll see. Well, I ain't doing anything anyway, so it don't make a difference. Next up, guys, the last thing I have is this Saturday, 8 o'clock in the morning from Perth, Australia, Crown Jewel. WWE's big show down there. I think they've sold around 30,000 tickets or more there for that show. I'll go with the first match because I think it'll open the show because it's going to be Roman Reigns against Bronson Reed in an Australian street fight. I believe it'll be the first match because Roman, if he ain't in the main event, he wants to be on first. So I believe he'll be on the first match. Chris, who do you think wins this one, Roman or Bronson?
Oh, I think Bronson should win, but who knows if they'll go that way. But I'm going to go with Bronson.
I think Bronson should win, but I got a feeling Roman's going to. Marcus?
That's what I think. And you got to remember, since it's an ODQ, they're going to be everybody and their brother out there. Literally, their brothers and everything, cousins.
Yeah.
See, Bronson should win it, but Roman will because of politics. That Roman don't like to lose. So
yeah,
Bronson should win it, but Roman probably will. After you get all
I think it would be
phones in there.
I think it would be big for Bronson to win, but I don't think they'll pull the trigger. And the other thing is, the other reason I don't think Bronson will win, he's from Australia. And usually when you, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, if you're in your home place, for some reason, WWE has you lose. And he's in his home of Australia for the show. Next matchup is Io Sky and Rhea Ripley against Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors. Tell you guys, I really like this storyline. I think Asuka's doing some of her best work. Kairi Sane is really doing some good work too. They had Io and Kairi had a hell of a match this past Monday night on Monday Night Raw. I will say I'm going to see because Rhea's from Australia also. So I think they're going to split the difference. I think Rhea and Io's going to get the win and Bronson Reed's going to lose. So I'm going to pick Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ripley and Sky as well.
And Marcus?
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but I think you're right because that team, those ladies got their heads on their shoulders a little more solid than Asuka and whatever her name is. I'm sorry.
Kairi Sane.
Yeah, because she's still playing that. Do I do it? Do I not do it? I think they'll play that into effect where she's going to second guess herself or.
She's starting to come around. Monday night, she's starting to come around and get more vicious. So I think she's starting to turn more and more. Kairi is. At least it seems it's heading that way. Next matchup, guys, should be a good one. John Cena versus AJ Styles. This is their, I remember right, I can't remember if it's their third match or fifth match, but whatever it is, they split. I can't remember if it's 1-1.
2 and 2. I think it's 2 and 2.
Okay.
I think.
I couldn't remember. Yeah. There's somebody else that's got like a 2 and 2 also. So I can't remember if it's 1 and 1 or 2 and 2, but I know they're even.
Like
and this is going to be
harder. I think it's a 2 and 2.
It's interesting because Cena's on his way out, but AJ Styles has announced that 2026 is going to be the end of his career. So when his contract runs out in 2026, he's done. So I don't know. I think Cena's got say. I don't know what he would want to do, if he'd want to put AJ over or if he wants to win. I think because you make the crowd happy, not that they'll be unhappy either way, but I'm going to say Cena wins. Marcus, what do you think?
It's hard to call it because both of them are past their prime. I mean, so again, we got another Hardy Boys type of thing, but
they both can still go. Both these guys can still go a lot better than the Hardy Boys.
Well, that was just
but they are on the way out.
It'll probably be Cena.
Okay. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I think Cena's going to win.
Next up, it's the two ladies champions, Stephanie Vaquer against Tiffany Stratton. It's for the Crown Jewel Championship. Now, their normal titles are not on the line, but they are going for the Crown Jewel Championship, which I think is actually this year at Reign. And it's going to be a good match, but I think Tiffany loses. I think Stephanie takes this. Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Stephanie as well.
Marcus?
Nope. I'm gonna go Tiffy.
Okay. He's going Tiffy time. Okay. As far as I know, there's been some rumors. I'll put it out there that there may be a 6 match added, and it may be Sami Zayn doing an open challenge for the U.S. Championship. I'm just putting that out there because I've heard a rumor of that. So we'll see if that gets added. But if it stays 5 matches, this would be the last match. Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes for the Crown Jewel Championship. They've really been playing up on Raw that Cody and Seth's had some promos together, and Seth has not been himself. He's really occupied with wanting to beat Cody. I think he wants to beat him one-on-one, but he feels like he has to beat him. Paul Heyman told him Monday night that if you don't win this match, that I may have second thoughts on why I left Roman and came to you. So he's been planting all kinds of seeds. But I think Rollins, since he's has lost 3 times to Cody, I think Seth's got to win this. It's not title for title. It's just the Crown Jewel Championship. So I'm going to go with Seth. Chris?
I think I'm gonna go Cody.
And Marcus?
No, I'm gonna go Seth.
Yep.
Chris is the odd one out this time. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because Seth hasn't beat him yet, right? Cody's always beat.
Yes, he's beat him 3 times, if I remember correctly. And
So I'm thinking Seth. It's Seth's turn. If I had to guess.
that's what I think. But they kind of planting seeds that Paul eventually. I don't think it's what happen now. I think it will happen. I think Paul will turn on Seth, and or they could go the other route, and they could. I think the other route, Braun Breaker turning on them and being a big face, is the way to go. But I don't know if that's what they're going to do. But I think it will happen. One of them turns are going to happen down the road, I think. Well, guys, that's all I've got for tonight. Marcus, do you have your match for
I do.
old school match?
It's the Sting taking on Big Van Vader strap match at Super Brawl 3 from 1993.
Versus Vader. Super Brawl
3 from 1993. And it's a strap match.
Yeah, that should be good. I know I got that pay-per-view, so I know I've seen it before, but definitely watch it again. It should be a good one.
Yeah, it is. I just watched it a couple weeks ago. So,
Well, guys, I think that's all we got. Chris, let me ask you something real quick. I know I meant to ask you before the show. Do you happen to have those videos handy? The promos?
I think they should be. I don't know.
I thought maybe we could show all the promos again and plug that and ask people to go vote for the best video.
no, we'll talk afterwards. I don't want to say that out loud.
Okay.
Let me see.
Good afternoon, professional wrestling fans. It's your boy Chris Bob here, and I was asked to say a few things about Gonzo's Wrestling Room. So I agreed. First off, I don't even know who the hell Gonzo is. But then you got this group of cats who do their show every week. First off, you got the illegitimate bastard son of Harvey Whippleman. and Bill Alfonso in Chris Gonzalez. Then you got his dad, a shorter, fatter, uglier version of Mario Andretti. Then you got Kelly, oh, so super fine. Her husband, Marcus, not really that fine at all. And then Warren, living in his own misery with that stupid straight-billed hat and ugly-ass button-up shirt. I didn't know what else to say, guys, but if it isn't FOE, Cody Lee, the BOB, or the NERD5, you ain't nobody.
That's the first video. And up here with number 2.
Here's Johnny. Hello, boys and girls. Hello, GWR. Marcus Fine, Independent Wrestling's #1 fan. I say Independent Wrestling's #1 bum. You lazy bum, because if you were doing anything that you were supposed to be doing, Marcus, you'd understand that you would want me on that show. Yeah, it's a fact. Tony, Chris, and you support this? I thought you two were better than that. Marcus and Mr. Warren Misery? Mr. Warren Misery? If you don't start doing something to promote for Johnny Blaze, Misery's gonna enjoy some company, but that company's not gonna be too much fun, 'cause I bring pain. I bring pain. So guess what? Start doing right, or I'm going to rain down pain on every single one of you. Kelly Fine, get your husband in line. Whoo! Didn't know that I could rhyme, did you? Get him in line, Kelly. Well, I'm going to come and see you too.
Oh,
All right.
So Gonzo's Sports Room Wrestling Podcast Show is having a promo battle to see who can cut the best promo in Indiana. And I have to tell you, it is always better Jordan James. So boys, Chris, Tony, you already know who's the best. Always better Jordan James.
Hello, everyone. In case you haven't had the privilege, my name is Nelson Edwin Robert Doolittle the Fifth, and you're listening to GWR, and I am the greatest guest, aka the greatest professional wrestler of all time. And quite frankly, if you're not listening to GWR, I will slap you silly until it gets into your thick skull that you will be listening to nothing else other than GWR, especially when you have me, Nelson Edwin Robert Doolittle the Fifth, on as the guest.
Well, everybody, that's the promos. You can go to our Facebook page, Gonzo Sports Room, Gonzo Wrestling Room, and vote on these. We appreciate you getting on there and vote. I don't know how many days they got left, Chris. I think they got some time. And vote for them. We'd appreciate it. And we're going to get a winner for this week. And then we're going to have another 4 promos this Monday and get a winner out of that. And them 2 will face off in the future for the championship. So promo battle tournament championships. So it's a lot of fun. So please participate. Please vote. And guys, that's all I got. Anybody else got anything?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. Everybody have a good night out there. Go IU this Saturday.
All right, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like, follow Facebook, Twitch, Instagram on Gonzo Sports Room as well. And we'll see you next week.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
Here, this is Joey Owens Show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn podcast I've ever been on.